So I wake up in the middle of the night, I go to the bathroom to pee, and the shower turns on behind me. And there's no one else in the bathroom because my friend's asleep. I turn around and... What's up guys, my name is Rain Lee and welcome to my YouTube channel. So if this is your first time here, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and turn on notifications, and if you're returning, hit that like button. So today I'm going to be doing the second episode of Freaky Encounters. For those of you guys who don't know what Freaky Encounters is, it's basically a mini vlog / web series where I talk about the freaky paranormal encounters and just heart-stopping moments that I've experienced in life so far. So today I'm gonna be talking about an incident that happened to me on a school expedition. This was the best school expedition we ever had because I was roommates with my closest friend. And I could just be myself around him. Like, he knew I was afraid of the dark, and he didn't mind that I'm lazy and a messy person at that point in time. So that night when I was going to sleep, he was like, "It's fine bro, I'm going to turn the light on." But of course he got up in the middle of the night to turn it off after he went to pee. And about 30 minutes later, I guess, I went to pee and I turned it back on. And the next morning is where the creepy stuff starts. So we were placed in different groups. His group had to leave at 7:30 for jungle trekking. My group had to leave at 9:30 for survival skills. And we went for breakfast around 6 and we both went back to the room by 7. So he got into the shower, and once he finished, I got in. And once I got in, I heard the door close. So I was like, okay, maybe he left because it was already around 7:15 and he had to be there by 7:30. But then I heard the sound of my water tumbler being hit and slammed on the table in the room. So I was a bit scared and freaked out because I swear I heard the door close. I was like, "Bro, are you there?" And there was no response. So I walked out of the bathroom and then I saw my bag on the floor. It was moving on its own. I was like, what the doing? Like, why is my bag moving on its own? I dropped my towel. I went to pick up my clothes and my underwear, wear it, get it on, and grab my backpack and just ran out of the room as fast as I could. And there was a teacher outside because he had just gotten out of his room too, and I was like, "Sir, there's something in my room." And he's like, "Animal or thing?" Because us Malaysians get each other, like when we say something, it either means animal or, you know, boo, ghost. And I was like, "Yeah, it's a ghost." So he's like, "Okay, just stay out of the room, we don't want you guys to get into any trouble." So they've actually visited that place multiple times before, and it was the same batch of teachers, so I can only assume that the teacher had maybe experienced something before as well. I don't know. So I never told anyone about my experience because I didn't want to freak anyone out. So that night, me and my friend went to sleep again. This time around, I got up in the middle of the night to pee, and when I went to the bathroom, while I was peeing, the shower behind me turned on. I didn't even want to turn around. So I went back to bed. I just rushed back to bed. I flushed, I washed my hands, I rushed back to bed. And my friend asked me, "Why is the shower on?" I was like, it's the middle of the night. I was so confused. I don't know what I was doing, so I might have accidentally turned it on. Then he just looked at me with an annoyed face and I was like, "Go to sleep." The next morning, he saw the shower floor was like really wet, but he didn't really care so much about it. And to this day, he doesn't know unless he watches this video. Because I didn't want to creep anyone or even him out. So after that, I just like dismissed it also. Because I was like, okay, it's just a spirit, it's not harming me or anything. So yeah. And it was day 3 now. And we had to go jungle trekking this time. He had to do survival skills. So the whole day went by and then nothing happened. But that night when I got back to the room, this time round I went to the toilet and then I sat down to do some big business. This was the really freaky part. So I was sitting down, obviously the lights were on, and I had left the shower curtain open. The door is closed, of course. And suddenly the shower turns on. And then my friend was really oblivious about it because the door is closed and I think the door is kind of soundproof. I was about to scream, but I wanted to scream so badly, but there was no sound coming out of my mouth when I started like. Just imagine a silent horror movie. I couldn't even scream at all. So by then I was convinced that there was something trying to shut me up. And the shower turned off, and then suddenly I could talk again. And I just wiped, flushed, washed my hands and got the hell out of the toilet, and I was like, bro, I'm scared. And he's like, what? And I'm like, oh, nothing. And then I went to sleep, and he was kind of annoyed at that statement I made, I guess. Because I looked so petrified, but yet I did tell him what was going on. So that was the end of day 3. And on day 4, this is where the creepy stuff starts for other people. So I went to my group mate's room. I was waiting outside her room because I couldn't go in. People would say stuff if I weren't in. So I waited outside, and she grabbed her bag. When she grabbed the bag, the light switch just flipped and it turned on. And she was like, "Did you do that?" I'm like, "No, I'm standing outside. How can I reach?" She just didn't talk about it with me for the rest of the day because she was freakily scared. So that night was the final night we were gonna stay there. That's the night 4. And then this is where the creepy stuff starts. Like, so that night I saw something outside the window. I was like, is it a teacher going around to check if you're asleep? Because we had to leave kind of early tomorrow. Like, we had to leave at 7 or 8 or 9, something like that. And I was like, no, it's like 11 p.m. There's no way a teacher would be awake looking out for us. Like, whether we sleep or not, our roommate or our next door neighbor would definitely wake us up. So I was like, no, there's no way. In fact, the teachers probably have to sleep earlier because they had a lot more stuff to do. And here's the weird part. I looked out the window and I drew the curtain and there was no one there. But when I closed it, there was a shadow. That experience scared out of me, and I never told my friends at all. So the next morning is the only paranormal experience that everyone thought everyone had, with the exception of my team, my group member. So as we were going to leave, we were all standing in the corridor and we were outside one of my friend's rooms. And in the room was a switch, something like this. It's not the kind like, oh, I don't have it. Yeah, I have it. It's not the kind like this light over here where, spring mechanism and it's really easy to flip up and flip down. But the switch they had in the room was that kind, which you have to press really hard to get down. And we were all standing there, the lights were off. So this isn't the kind of hotel where you can put in your key card and the power goes on or off. It's like 1-star hotel. So the switch is like this, and it suddenly goes on by itself and off again, and it goes on and off, and we're just staring at it like. All of us in a line just walked slowly away, and we closed the room door. One by one, while we were going out, because we were going to head out of the room. We were standing in like the kind of foyer of the room, the place where you put your luggage. Usually there's a wardrobe over there, because it was really hot outside. So one by one we were walking out, and we were like, okay, we never want to go back here again, even if someone paid us $1 million. That was what was going through my mind. So come to think of it, my closest friend, he didn't experience that light incident though. Like, everyone else did, but not him. Like, not everyone else, but everyone in my group did, but he did not. So come to think of it, I can kind of guess why he didn't. Because in Malaysia there's a superstition where we believe that you should always knock on your hotel room door before you enter, because there might be spirits in there and you want to tell them, hey, I'm coming, please don't disturb me. And guess what? My close friend knocked on the door. I didn't. I was like, okay, it's fine, just you go ahead and knock. So from that experience onwards, I always knocked on the door whenever I entered a room that has been vacant for quite some time. Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed that freaky encounter, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and see you guys next time. Also, check out my social media here, my Facebook, my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my Twitter. Twitter is here. Yeah, okay.